What's the situation then?
I was greetings.
Hitting the button.
Yeah, greetings all. Welcome to Podcast One Shot, where we couldn't fit into the actual podcast, so here we are. With me is the petty dabbler of the dark arts, the authenticator, aka Dalton L. Mortimer.
Yes, hello everyone. YouTube shenanigans are stupid.
Yeah. So apparently they took down Google Hangouts.
So we spent the last hour trying to figure out how to do this without that as a thing. Yeah. So here we are.
Well, Hangouts via YouTube. Google Hangouts still works for some odd reason.
Yeah, it's just you can't use it to live stream anymore because I fucking don't know though. I don't know why, do I? Like, the only thing I can think is that Google wants to lose money because all the other streaming options for YouTube are like OBS or Streamlabs or something else like that. So and the apparent alternative that Google wants everyone to use requires that you have a business or something.
Right. Maybe possibly within the next month or so, we're going to try moving the podcast to a different website or something. We'll keep you updated on that, but we'll see what happens.
We'll still end up posting them here on YouTube at some point. It's just YouTube shenanigans, you know?
Yeah. YouTube shenanigans, which is a hashtag we have started.
Yes.
I kind of feel...
Because it's the only thing that needs to be said. What happened? YouTube shenanigans. That's what happened.
Yeah. Also, because you're seeing like a blank screen and all, this is just so because apparently I can only use the webcam, so I had to put a piece. I'm not ready for y'all to see my gorgeous face just yet.
Even though he did a face reveal a while ago when he was showing off the fourth volume Sandman.
I thought I covered my face with the book.
Kind of.
Shit.
But only kind of. Anyway, that's it. That's a freak out for a different day.
Well, no, I'm talking like a full-on face reveal.
No, you didn't do a full face reveal. It was just sort of in the background. Anyway, on with the show, because YouTube shenanigans aside, we have a show to do.
Right. But to reiterate, fuck YouTube.
Yes. Fuck YouTube in every conceivable dimension.
I got a little weird. But yeah. Okay, so we said this on Friday. Well, Hangouts actually fucking worked. We will be covering. Yeah, we're covering the
Trailers of Comic-Con.
But we are only covering 4. Because if we try to do it all...
If we cover all of them, we will be here until the cows come home.
Yep. But we're doing too good, too bad. We're going to start with a bad, and we're going to end with a good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, give me one moment, y'all, while I... Okay, again, you guys are probably not going to see anything in this whole video. Is going to be black, like just complete darkness. And we apologize for that. I wish we didn't have to. But
screen share is hopefully a thing, though, so maybe not.
I'm looking at the main thing here for the live stream, and there's literally nothing for screen sharing.
Right, but can you do it?
Right. Oh, right. I forgot to do that. Well, okay. So you are in the Hangouts, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
We apologize for the lack of professionalism, but yeah.
You see
Yeah, I
it?
can see it.
Okay.
I can see the things, yes.
Okay.
Can the audience see the things, though? That is the immortal question. Let me go over to the YouTubes, and I will see if the audience
No,
can see.
the Google Hangout is not part of this live stream. It's literally trying to capture on my webcam, but with the tape on it, it's just darkness.
Okay, so I can see it, but the audience can't, then.
Yeah, and I feel really bad that they can't.
Well.
But yeah, we are going to be watching the trailers. We will talk about them. We'll basically do what we've always done, which is obviously have to pause because YouTube will probably copyright us for audio.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, we're just basically doing the same thing. You just can't see it. Again, I want...
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Sorry about that, guys. Hopefully we'll figure something else out because this is utter bullshit.
Yep. Again, just chalk it up to YouTube shenanigans and our move.
Yeah. Oh, goddamn ads. Okay. So first trailer we'll be watching is the Harley Quinn trailer.
Which, to be fair, the teaser actually looked better. The teaser that was released last year at Comic-Con actually looked better than this trailer because they gave her the Margot Robbie Hot Topic goth girl look, and it's still stupid.
Yeah. The weird thing is that the look can work. I think when we did that Birds of Prey article, I showed like a few fan art pieces that made the Harley Quinn look, like the original look, work. Could work in like a movie setting. This goddamn thing is running super fucking slow.
Curse you, ad.
It's not just the ad. I think it might be YouTube in general, or maybe it might be my computer or whatever. I hope we're coming through okay. We've been talking for like 8 minutes by the count. Ah, God damn it. This thing is literally a piece of shit. Okay. So, to restart again, we are reacting to DC Universe's Harley Quinn official trailer. Yeah, let's... Alright, Don, you can see it, correct?
I can, yes.
Okay.
It's the thing.
Hitting the thing. Following trailer contains explicit language, adult themes, violence.
It's me, dickhead. You've done it all wrong with a smile. This is gonna be the start of something huge.
Okay. Did you catch all that, or?
Yes, I caught it.
I don't.
I am mildly confused with the anthropomorphic hamster, I believe.
Yeah. Weird enough, she actually doesn't look that bad. Like Harley Quinn's.
True, but I keep seeing this and thinking, this would look so much better if she was just in some rendition of her original costume.
Yeah.
like she was in the teaser for this.
Another thing, did they change voice actresses for Harley? Harley?
I think they may have, because it was the actress who played Bernadette on The Big Bang Theory, and now it's very ironically indeed another actress from The Big Bang Theory, Kelly Kuoko, who played Penny in Big Bang Theory and who played Billy in the final season of Charmed.
She was also. Oh wait, never mind. I don't know why I was thinking of that lady. Rose, Lady played Rose. Doctor Who.
Yes.
I don't know why I thought that, but animation-wise, it's fine, I guess. It still has that kind of flat, kind of rigid look.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think, and we're looking at like a still of the Joker here in the show. He looks kind of like a mixture of all the Jokers. The hair kind of reminds me of Jared Leto's.
Mm-hmm. Is it just me, or do his facial features resemble Trump? And part of me wonders if that's intentional or not.
I think you might be overreaching there.
Maybe.
Because I legitimately just thought he looked like, Jared Leto, kind of.
If he starts saying like make Gotham's crime syndicate great again, I'm going to lose my fucking mind.
Keep in mind, this is on DC Universe, so you're gonna have to pay to watch it.
No, I didn't pay to watch Doom Patrol. I'm not paying to watch this.
And Doom Patrol's awesome.
Yes, and that's my point. Doom Patrol is awesome, and therefore I would be much more likely to pay for it than I would for this. And I didn't even pay for Doom Patrol. Because I am a sneaky pirating bastard. Yo ho, yo ho.
Alright, so I just checked the stream, and yeah, we are coming through. That was on my mind because fuck YouTube, the highest degree.
Fuck you with the highest building in the tallest tower.
So Aquaman is in this trailer as well.
I'm rather amazed they didn't try to make him look more like Jason Momoa.
It feels like kind of a mixture between a lot of different Aquamans. Clearly, Jason Momoa, I think, was a big feature. If you look at the Trident, it kind of reminds me of the one he had before.
Mm-hmm. But obviously, though, he's still blonde and white, so that's probably more.
Well, actually, he's kind of very tan.
Well, he is tan, but I don't think that resembles the Samoan coloring that they would be doing if they went with Aquaman,
right?
As he was in Jason Momoa.
Right.
But yeah, I'm getting bits and pieces of the DCEU version, the Batman the Brave and the Bold version, outrageous, and of course the DC animated universe version.
Yeah. So,
I would say, although to be fair, if he was really borrowing from the DC animated universe version, he would be missing a hand and would have a fucking dead.
Yeah. I just read the description for the series. DC Universe debuted the first full trailer for animated adult comedy series Harley Quinn at San Diego Comic-Con 2019, featuring Kaley Cuoco as the Queenpin of crime. That's not a thing, people.
I did. What?
Queen of crime, Empress of crime, Lady of crime. Those are things. Queenpin is a fucking joke. A bad attempt at a joke.
It's like somebody made a word to parody the kind of awkward portmanteauing that feminists always do with things.
Yeah. But I have a feeling that
my fucking god.
Right. Getting back, I think they're gonna betray Aquaman as this outrageous buffoon.
Well, I mean, to be fair,
yeah, that is what everyone has always seen Aquaman as and stuff, and that's fine. I think with the context that this is probably gonna be like an ultra feminist cartoon.
Yeah, they're gonna hashtag Me Too Aquaman every time you get someone wet. But I'm Jim.
Wah 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 wah. Again, the animation does not look. It's flat, and by that I mean like it just. For one thing, the characters don't seem to inhabit the same space. It all seems like the backgrounds seem matte paintings in a way.
Which might just be the aesthetic they're going for, so maybe.
It could work, but again, it just the character designs. The background seems so like square and angular and stuff, while the characters themselves are very much more rounded and curved and stuff. So it's a common trend you see in a lot of animation today.
Mm-hmm.
That the characters don't seem to inhabit the same world. You know, like I would say like a lot of the newer Marvel cartoons.
Yeah.
Like with the 3D buildings, cityscape and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't seem like they inhabit the same plane of existence.
Which would work if it was a character who's not supposed to be inhabiting that same plane of existence, but these are supposed to just be people.
Yeah.
Super people, but still people. Anyway, next.
Right. Because we have like... Oh yeah, I forgot to mention Clayface and some midget crazy haired guy looks like kind of like a younger version of Einstein. Might be like part of Harley Quinn's little group of.
I'm not sure who that guy is. The only thing I can think is maybe in this universe the ventriloquist dummy is an actual dummy, he's just a really short dude.
Scarface. Mr. Scarface. Yeah. Mr. Scarface.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. For one thing, I also hate the music. Music sucks so much.
Yep. And again, with the anthropomorphic mouse dude wearing the hat.
Beret, and it looks like it looks kind of like it's in the same league as Monsieur Mala.
Apparently, yes.
Yeah.
And also, it is apparently really, really tiny because someone put out a half of a cigarette on his head, and it's like hanging off of his hat awkwardly.
He's flicking it, and I think he's the one who smoked it.
Oh, okay. So it's just forced perspective then.
Yeah.
Everybody feel this shit but me?
Okay. Again, just a whole lot of randomness, and I feel for this. Obviously, for like a Harley Quinn type show, I don't really feel like there's going to be much of a plot. And again, cartoon, so they're going to really lean into that, where it's like,
Well, it seems sort of like what they're trying to do is like a more adult version of Batman the Brave and the Bold, where like random characters will just show up in the background for reasons. Like in that shot there where it stopped, there's Kite Man in the back there.
Yeah.
Which you know, clap, good pull, DC streaming service, but like yeah, it seems like it. If anything, they're going. It seems like they're going for like a mix of Archer and Batman the Brave and the Bold.
Yeah.
What they're going for.
So we're seeing. I don't know if that's like Poison Ivy's full design or not. I mean, she's probably just wearing a jacket over it, but yeah.
Of all the things in this show, I get the feeling that Poison Ivy is going to be my favorite.
Yeah, Poison Ivy's always fun of the duo.
Hmm?
Poison Ivy's always the more fun of the duo.
Yeah, because she tries to be all serious and snarky, and Harley just all Harley.
I thought she was sarcastic.
Well, yeah. But what I mean is like she's dry, especially in this one. It seems like they're doing Poison Ivy sort of by way of Daria, which you know you get an A+ from me for that. Daria is one of my favorite shows.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be cursing. I know that, which I'm fine with. I mean,
again, it's like somebody stuck Batman the Brave and the Bold and Archer in a blender and hit frappe.
I now have a shot of Harley Quinn hitting Joker in the crotch with her baseball bat.
Yeah, if she had tried that in the animated series with her mallet, she would have been dead in about 5 seconds. She would have been face down in a vat of toxic waste being slowly dissolved by acid.
Yep.
Considering that he threw her out a window for explaining a joke.
Yeah, but again, this series is going to treat him as a joke, which I guess is fine because, you know, Joker and all.
But this is the thing, and this is what they don't get. The person telling the joke, unless they have a very self-deprecating sense of humor, which the Joker has never had, is not the joke. The person telling the joke is the person observing the rest of the world and making fun of it.
Yeah.
In a weird way, modern day comedians have more in common with old school philosophers than modern academic philosophers do.
You know what's funny? I don't think Joker's ever really made fun of himself.
No. If you even insinuate the Joker isn't funny, he will kill you dead in about 5 seconds in the most painful and about the top way possible.
But you know what's weird? I do find him funny in a way, but not in the way I think he thinks himself funny.
Yeah, the funniest version of the Joker for me is the Heath Ledger Joker. Because I know what points he's trying to make, because I've studied philosophy and I know what absurdism looks like. And Heath Ledger's Joker is a textbook absurdist with some game theory thrown in. That's why every track in The Dark Knight is, you have to choose this or you have to choose this. It's basically, what if we took an absurdist approach to game theory just to show that human nature is shit? That's the Joker's sort of MO, if there is any.
Speaking of game theory, I think someone did like an entire video on Joker's philosophy.
It was probably Wisecrack.
Oh no, yeah, it was Wisecrack. So
I could seriously make an entire like subcategory of videos just based on Wisecrack responses because of how surface level and tawdry their analyses are.
We might have to do that. We might have to find videos to do that about.
But believe me, when my friend gets back to me with my new theme song, and then I have you put some visuals to it, I'm going to make it a point to do at least a couple Wisecrack responses. I'm gonna do the ones they've done on like Magic because I'm me and that's what I do.
Well, me being the brainstormer of pop culture, probably going to be a lot of ones about pop culture. I don't know why it took me so long to get that.
Who knows? Anyway,
Yeah.
here's the thing.
Yeah. Ironically enough, I think this might be the shortest. Yeah, this is the shortest trailer.
Yeah, because it's very quick and rapid fire. Rapid fire. It's supposed to be all comedic and snappy.
Okay. A lot of random bullshit.
Yeah, I still find that I was much more impressed by I was much more impressed by the teaser than I was by the actual trailer.
Yeah.
Mostly because she was wearing her actual fucking costume and not the Hot Topic Valley girl look she had.
Keep in mind, folks, this is on IGN. Like the trailer we're watching. I'm sure if we went to other places, it'd be different. But the like to dislike ratio here is 20K to 1.5K likes to dislikes, respectively.
Well, I mean, this doesn't look terrible. It's not Titans. It's not Titans or Young Justice season 3. It's much better than either of those. It's just there are things about it that worry me.
It's not. It's also just not Doom Patrol or Swamp Thing.
Yeah, that's the continuum. Are we closer to Doom Patrol and Swamp Thing, or are we closer to Titans and Young Justice Outsiders?
Well, okay, I would say swap Young Justice and Titans because I think Titans is the worst. Young Justice is a close second.
Well, I mean those are on the relative same level. Though is what I mean.
Well, no, I understand that. I'm saying that I think Titans is worse than Young Justice season 3.
Oh yeah, but still, I would put them in the same broad category. Though is what I mean.
Okay.
So you've got Swamp Thing and Doom Patrol on top, and you've got Young Justice and Titans at the bottom.
Yep.
That's the continuum of DC shows so far. I really, really, really hope they get their shit together soon because they're gonna start playing with something I actually give a fuck about soon.
Yeah. Okay. I kind of like Batman's design. It kind of reminds me of a little bit of Dark Knight Returns look.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
How are things going in the chat, by the way?
We have nothing.
Okay.
There is no one here.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, just a lot of wackiness.
Which, to be fair, is not necessarily the wrong direction to go with Harley Quinn.
Right.
So.
I'm just saying, like, to me, Harley Quinn's always been a very tragic character. I'm not saying you should treat it as like super serious and ultra grim dark like
Well,
Zack Snyder.
that's the thing. If they weren't doing this, they would be going all quasi Shakespearean melodrama over it, and no, thank you.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna do something that will make you a little happy, Dalton, and kind of go against everything I've said about this movie and the director of that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Taika Waititi's Thor Ragnarok handled the goof with the kind of Shakespearean plot well.
It did. Yeah.
And I think if you wanted to tell a story, maybe a series of Harley Quinn, take inspiration from that.
Yeah.
Because you can have a comedy, but still tell a deeper story.
Case in point, what the Joker looks like, at least in the trailers. Though your heart is aching.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you were talking about this Joker in this trailer or the one in.
No, the Joaquin Phoenix Joker.
Yeah, we have so many fucking Jokers nowadays. It's hard to keep track.
It's almost a joke thing.
Can you imagine the look on my face right now?
I'm just imagining Steven explosive brain. And yes, I'm sorry.
No, it's a look of disappointment. Like that parent that always says, "I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed." That's the look.
Which for any children who may be watching, first of all, hi. Second of all,
What are you doing here?
well, yeah, but also they never mean that. When they say "I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed," that means they're so angry they can't even feel anger anymore. That's what that actually means.
Actually, that's the complete opposite for my family. I mean, granted, I'm the only one ever disappointed.
Yeah, I was going to say, you strike me as exactly the kind of person who looks at their parents doing stupid shit and goes, "I'm so disappointed
Well,
in
it's
you."
more just one family member, and I have good reasons I will not get into here, maybe after the stream, but...
Okay. Yep.
Okay.
Personal red flags aside, moving on with this, so we can move on.
Yeah, we got some I wanted to show Dolan because I think he'd be very interested in this show. Okay.
Holy shit! Can we do that again?
No. Batman Squad gives me life right now.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel
do
like
that again. No.
I gotta be honest. I kind of want the lady who played Harley Quinn before, who played Bernadette. I can't remember her name. I feel bad I don't.
Let me. Shit, I can't look it up. Otherwise, I'm gonna minimize my hangout, and then
I'll look it up. But she played in the Batman Harley Quinn movie. I didn't see that. I saw clips of it, and she was fun in that.
Mm-hmm.
And I liked her in the teaser. Teaser was a lot more fun, to be honest. This one is kind of cringy in a way.
Yeah, this one is going. Oh, it's going over the top, but it's not going over the top in a let's have fun way. It's going over the top in a this is marketable, so let's do it kind of way. Whereas the teaser, which actually, you know what, now that I think about it, the teaser was also Kelly Kulico, but she did much better in that. But the teaser was her and Harley kind of, Poison Ivy and Harley kind of bantering back and forth. And Poison Ivy was taking an almost like Raven style role in it, and she was being meta. Like, they're gonna hate it because they hate everything, was probably the best line of it. And of course, I'm gonna say this because it needs to be said until they fix it. She was wearing her actual goddamn costume.
Well, like the head part, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Melissa Raunch.
That was really all we could see of it. But anyway, it at least resembled a Harlequin, which, in case you've forgotten, writers, is why her name is funny. I don't want to be all that's the joke on you, but that's the joke.
Now you're gonna get thrown out the window by the Joker.
Well, I'm sorry, Mr. J, but they didn't actually effectively make their joke, so now I have to explain it. And also, while I'm here, Mr. J, the only jokes that are funny are ones that have some kind of logical consequence to them. I.e., it's only funny because it's true. If it's not true and you're just going for the absurdity, you haven't actually made a joke with a punchline.
Right. Okay,
So that is the answer to the immortal question, why so serious? Because if it's not serious, it can't be funny in that instance.
So Melissa Raunch was the lady who played in Batman Harley Quinn movie. And yeah, I do have to agree with Dawn. I think in this trailer, every voice line from Harley is kind of restrained.
Well, that and in the original teaser, she actually had a little bit of her like Boston accent still, the one that Harley's kind of famous for. But they just completely ditched that, and it's just Kelly Kilinger talking in this one.
Yeah, and that sucks, to be honest, because I mean, voice acting is another way of ranging, going beyond your range.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I came here for Harley Quinn. I didn't come here to listen to Penny talk while watching Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
No offense to the actress, Kaylee.
No, Kaylee, by no means are we attempting to insult you, but at least based on that trailer, you're not good for this part. Anyway, next trailer.
Well, actually, before we do, I just wanted to ask, do we have any final thoughts to add to the Harley Quinn trailer?
Look, the show may very well still be good. It might just be a bad trailer, but
oh yeah, I gotta be honest. There are so many bad trailers out nowadays that it's hard to tell if a movie's good or not.
From the trailer, which, considering it's the whole point of the trailer, is kind of sad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, so the next trailer is Carnival Row. It is an Amazon Prime series coming out, I believe, August 30th. It stars Orlando Bloom. You may know him as Will Turner and Legolas the elf.
Yes.
Yeah, Legolas the elf from Lord of the Rings. Will Turner is from Pirates of the Caribbean. And again, if you don't know who Will Turner is, get off this stream right now, people.
I find it funny that was your breaking point. They don't know who Will Turner is. Off the flank with the.
Well, no, I have many breaking points. That's one of them. Also, if you ask me who Jack Sparrow is, I will ask you to leave.
Also, because he's not here to do it himself, I must point out there should be a captain in there somewhere.
Right. If you don't know who Captain Jack Sparrow is, may Davy souls damn you down to the dirt, to the bottomless pit of the sea. I tried. I tried.
All together, or if the colors are
I tried. Right. Okay. So this yeah, and also Cara Delevingne. Cara Delevingne, whatever her last name is. I feel bad. I can't pronounce that name. But they star in this series called Carnival Row, which I did try to do some research like the week beforehand. The thing I most was interested in is the fact that it involves magical creatures and such. Which again, Dalton, I thought you would like that idea. Like it.
Yeah, my area of both interest and expertise. So,
yeah, it's from what I've gathered, it's a Victorian fantasy world that
okay.
I believe it's like the series itself, maybe like the first season, will revolve around murder mystery.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So basically, Penny Dreadful meets a Victorian sideshow. All right. Let's
I
see.
will see, because I have watched this, is that
Mhm.
there may be some elements of social justice warriorism.
Mhm.
Maybe. I'm not quite sure, because what I saw, again, it could be the whole.
Well, okay. Even if it's there, that doesn't necessarily mean it needs to be shitty.
Right, okay, but
Like-
what I was going to say is that I think it could be me just reaching on the fact that, I might be so diluted from all the SJW.
You might be chasing ghosts where there are none.
Yeah, and
Okay.
I will, depending on how we really react to this trailer, I will refute everything I just said.
Okay.
Also,
It's the
I
thing.
have heard that people are saying this is like the next game, maybe might be the next Game of Thrones.
That's quite a vast bar to hit.
I really think
I was
that's
never a huge fan of Game of Thrones, but very obviously a lot of people were.
well, on the fact is that there's a sci-fi one that's also going to Amazon. The Expanse.
Right. I know that Amazon had The Expanse for a while.
I think someone had said it was a better version of Star Trek Discovery.
Oh, okay. If you want something a little bit lighter, go the Orville. But if you want something that's that same level of seriousness, The Expanse is where the money is at.
I've seen the
Yeah.
Orville. I have not seen the Expanse. I feel bad I haven't because I've seen like trailers and stuff for it and like fan tributes, and it looks so good.
It is a really good show. Sci-Fi has been killing it recently. That used to be a Sci-Fi show as well.
Yeah, and then
of
they
course,
cut it.
Sci-Fi also has The Magician, which is by far and away the best fantasy show on television today.
Yeah. Okay, so enough dilly dallying. Let's do this.
Hit the button.
For generations, we thrived peacefully in a land called Tiernanog. We are fauns, trolls, centaurs, and the stewards of riches and secrets your people will never know.
See, that it's really cool. Like, it just seems like it's great world building. It looks really good too. Like they really use their budget, whatever budget it is.
It has an almost Tim Burton vibe to it. Or I could alternatively see Gaiman playing very well with this material.
I actually looked at. Okay, I'm sorry. Please don't finish your thought.
Which incidentally, Amazon has been doing extremely well with their originals as well. I mean, just look at Good Omens. And no, Good Omens should not have a season 2. The story is finished, and Gaiman doesn't want to. And only one of those needs to be a qualifier for me to go, it doesn't need a season 2. As much as I would enjoy a season 2, unless they're straight up going to adapt the unfinished sequel book that Gaiman has admitted he wrote, then no. Anyway, hit the button.
Well, I was just, there were practical effects also with like the creature designs and stuff.
Which is always a plus.
Yeah, it always is. I like the designs. Since you are a very knowledgeable man of occult and I'm assuming mythology and cryptids,
Cryptozoology is the word you're looking for.
Well, I know it's cryptozoology, but the creatures themselves are known as cryptids, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm sure this is like taking a lot of creative liberty with the designs. Obviously,
I always do, but
yeah, I'm just asking. Like, do you think the designs for the fawns, the trolls, the I believe centaur?
They seem mostly right for the time being.
Yeah. Though I will say the design for the troll looks a little CGI-ish. It could just be the lighting or something.
Well, see, if they're going with the Scandinavian variety of trolls, the types of trolls from like the Norse and Scandinavian countries, trolls are typically depicted as being like the size of mountains, so it does need to be a little bit bigger than life.
Right. I believe there was mention of a land called Tiranog. Does that ring any bells?
I'm gonna assume that was something made up for this particular mythos because that name is not familiar to me.
I will look it up because for some reason it reminds me of
Of what?
of a Saban series in the '90s called The Knights of Tiranog.
I might be wrong. I don't know everything, so it is possible, or it is possible that it's just one of those made up words that because it sounds good gets used for multiple
Probably.
things.
I mean, probably. I was just checking, but yeah, and again, like it just again, people. Sorry that you can't actually see this. It looks like they really use their budget well, and I'm not sure if this is like Earth or something. Maybe like an alternate version of Earth, where like magical creatures have existed and stuff.
Yeah, fantastical Victorian London is a very a very close aesthetic to my heart, and they did this well. So
Also, keep in mind, folks, this is 4 minutes and 3 seconds long.
yeah, so we should continue on.
Right.
Not.
We are Fae, and this was our land. Until the empires of man brought us the chaos of war. And then, from the chasm of hopelessness, they brought me him.
Okay. So there's a love story.
Yeah, I'm concerned about the everything is man's fault trope. The whole we were a perfect utopia until man
I don't think
showed up.
I don't think it's really implying that they were a utopia. It's just that.
Well, idyllic at least. This is a common trope in things like Fern Gully and basically every environmentalist movie ever made, and also like a lot of fantasy movies. It's just man ruins everything. Herp, derp, derp.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say it like humanity are kind of assholes and pieces of shit.
We are. There's plenty of criticisms to lay at the feet of humanity, but we are not unique in the fact that we are assholes. Every living thing that we are aware of on the physical plane is an asshole, and as someone who delves rather deeply into the occult, I can tell you that assholes are on every plane and in every kind of being.
But I also want to say that it seems that there are people fighting on both sides, like humans, I mean.
Right. It's just the narration implying that everything was great until man showed up. Herp, derp, derp. I'm really, again, if you want to crap on humanity, there's all kinds of reasons to crap on humanity. But the wonderful and yet tragic thing you have to understand about life is that every kind of being is like that. Every kind of being is at least somewhat an asshole. So saying everything was perfect until this one kind of being showed up is annoying no matter which kind of being it is. And given how much self-loathing a lot of artsy-fartsy types have for humanity in general, it gets old but quick.
Well, before there was hell, there was heaven.
Yeah, but it was an angel that brought down heaven. See what I mean? Acting as though humanity are uniquely assholes as opposed to just another variety of assholes is what gets you. There's nothing uniquely terrible about humanity. There's lots of terrible things about humanity, but none of that is strictly unique to humans.
We have
Everyone is an
self-awareness.
asshole. It's just a matter of to what extent and in what ways is everyone an asshole.
I would say we have self-awareness. That's what makes us
We
worse.
do. We do. Or at the very least, some of us do. We've been at this too long to not remind me of all the people we've met that appear to have staggeringly no self-awareness.
Right. Okay. Oh boy. I read a little bit of the description here.
And
okay, Orlando Bloom and Cara Delevingne star in Carnival Row, a Victorian fantasy world filled with mythological immigrant creatures. Feared by humans, they are forbidden to live, love, or fly with freedom. But even in darkness, hope lives as a human detective and a fairy rekindle a dangerous affair.
So, in other words, this is going to be an allegory for immigrants and oppressions.
Well, to be fair, there is...
There's room there to make it work without it being social justice-y, but in this day and age and with this creative team, I'm...
Well, wait, who's the creative team?
Well, I'm just saying because Cara Delevingne is a model turned actress, and the last thing she was in was Enchantress.
I thought she was in...
The last thing she was in was Suicide Squad as Enchantress.
She was also in Valerian, the City of a Thousand Planets.
Yeah, so I'm not thinking that subtlety is her strong suit. So I'm fully expecting the writing to go full oppression. And also, SJWs have this visceral hatred for the Victorian era.
It's awesome, though.
Huh?
It's awesome, though.
Well, I know that. You don't need to. You certainly don't need to tell me how awesome the Victorian era was. There's a reason why I regularly wear bow ties and top hats. But
Okay. Well, the last sentence says the city's uneasy peace. Keep in mind that this. Okay, it's Victorian era style, right?
Yeah.
Were the Victorian era really that good?
Not. It wasn't. It wasn't an ideal era, but you know how the SJWs turn everything into but my 1950s whenever they get challenged on something. The other favorite trick of theirs is, but the Victorian era was so repressed though.
There was also a lot of violence and crime last time, I think.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
I mean, every era has its shitty aspects, but what I'm saying is the Victorian era is a favorite target for like feminist satire because it's what they picture when you say something like patriarchy is a bunch of women in corsets and shit.
Wait a minute. Isn't the Victorian era named after Queen Victoria?
Yes.
The leader of England at the time?
Yes, and yet it is the ideal, or one of the ideal time periods for patriarchy, apparently.
They're a bunch of fucking idiots.
Because think of all the poor oppressed women forced to wear makeup and corsets and things.
Right, but the last sentence of this description says the city's uneasy peace collapses when a string of murders reveals a monster no one could imagine.
I'm
So,
calling it right now that that villain is going to be revealed to be an evil human who wants money and power. I've been around these kind of stories often enough to know that whenever the villain is hidden in cases like this, it's always a human who wants money and power and is trying to thrive off of the separation between the mystical and the human.
what if it's a black man? What if it's a black man?
I don't think they could do that because then there would be a bunch of riots, SJW riots. Are you saying black men herp derp derp?
But the thing is, you have to realize, I think this is kind of like the Carnival Row, which I believe is what the city is called, which is kind of a cool name for a city.
I think honestly it's probably the name of the section of the city that houses all of the magical creatures, kind of like a magic ghetto.
No, dude, that's what it's called. It's called Carnival Row, the city.
Interesting.
I like it.
Anyway.
But I was going to say is that you have to realize that these are creatures that have fled from a land torn up by war. And yeah, no, I'm trying to defend some type of social justice story, even though I'm pretty sure this isn't it. That, and the town looks like it's being. I feel like it's just more of like the everyone there is trying to get along, but can't, just on the fact that the whole thing is like people hate what they don't understand kind of deal.
Yes,
it's a fundamental nature of humans.
Yes,
and anything. They hate anything that's different than what they know.
But you have to understand that SJWs take that people hate what they don't understand message and they turn it into people oppress what they don't understand.
If you went to,
therefore, whatever allegory for victim the story allows for is an allegory for oppressed minorities, basically.
If you went to Africa and you met with a local tribe, like in the middle of Africa,
yeah,
they would probably not understand our way of thinking, our way of doing things, our culture. They wouldn't understand it.
Right.
And we would, it's differing odds and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's keep rolling because again, 4 minutes and we're only at 4
this is a longer thing here, and we've already been on many more sidebars than we did with the Harley Quinn one. So.
Oh, that's because this has more to it.
Yeah.
It looks good. It looks good, but there's a possibility that it might suck.
Mm-hmm.
Harley Quinn, on the other hand, didn't really look good and probably won't be good.
Well, I think if anything, it'll just be average. There was nothing
I hate average.
that made any of my off with Harley Quinn.
I legitimately, in this day and age, I think average is
the average of today is the bad of yesterday. Yes, I know. Believe me, I know.
Yeah. So I'm holding everything to a highest standard possible. This looks good.
Yeah.
Harley Quinn looks like shit.
As to whether they'll actually be able to follow through on the writing and the world building is another matter entirely, but
we might
at least they have some building blocks to work with this time.
Yeah.
And just as quickly, they took him from me. As Tirnanok fell, I fled. And my name is Vignette Stonemouse, and I am Faye, a This is not my land. This is the Burg.
Okay, so the city is called the Burg. So Carnival is a part of it. Okay.
Okay, and it's interesting from a magical perspective that she refers to herself as Fae rather than a fairy, because that's actually slightly more of a proper term. The problem with names for fairies though is that basically human beings can't pronounce the true names of Fae, so every word we have is basically a racial slur to them. That's why so many Irish people will just refer to them as like the fair folk or the good people, because every other word we would use for them is a slur.
I feel bad about calling them that, though.
Well, it's not. I wouldn't say it's our fault. We just can't pronounce their actual.
Oh, like
name.
Cthulhu, like the Lovecraftian of the creatures of Lovecraft.
A little bit like that. It's more like because they are made of energy. Hearing things translated into sound is weird to them. Is always the way I've understood it. Because if you're a being of pure energy, you don't really need sound. Especially not if you can just telepathically communicate.
Didn't know Fae were beings of light and could telepathically communicate. Did not know that.
Well, they're beings of energy, specifically natural energy. See, what a fairy is, at least in all the research that I've done, is you know what an astral projection is, right?
Yeah.
A fairy is the astral form of plants, trees, and the natural energy of the earth.
Okay. So basically, on this show, that's not how they're actually.
I wouldn't expect them to. I wouldn't expect them to take it that way in this show. But if we're going for accuracy points, that's how they would be.
Could they transform? Like, do they have the ability to change their form at will?
Well, I mean, they're energies, and energy is malleable. So yeah. See, this is the thing that people don't understand about spirits in general. Because they're made out of energy, in order to resemble matter, they have to contort their energies accordingly. To how do we play this? Okay, you know that matter is made of energy, right?
Yeah.
So if you were a being of pure energy and you wanted to be similar to matter, all you would need to do is compact your energy so that it replicated the consistency of matter. You still wouldn't be made of matter, but to someone who was capable of using our five senses, you could create a reasonable facsimile of matter by just condensing your energy enough. That's why spirits can change their form, because since they're just energy, all they really need to do is distort their energy a little, and it changes the way that we perceive them.
Okay, so there is for this again again people, sorry that you can't see what we're seeing, but I do like the set design. I like the clothing and like how it's all seems like really era appropriate.
Yeah, it's very well done Victorian clothes. This actually reminds me of something else I saw a while ago. It's actually one of my favorite shows, and it's based on one of my favorite books, called Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell. That was set during the Napoleonic Wars, which is about 50 years before the Victorian era. also had very period clothes and was very sort of alt history in nature. Anyway, hit
Right.
the button.
Also, the music's really great.
Yes, whoever composed for this is
Where
excellent.
we rear their children, toil ourselves to the bones in their factories, scour away their messes. We feed to their insatiable appetites. They call us critch and pigs. They don't care if we live or die. They can blame us for their problems.
Okay, so I'm starting to see the social justice of it.
Yeah,
Not like,
yeah.
okay, not social justice warriorism.
Well, it is just social justice because it's the ideology with again it's the capital letters.
Well, I feel like it's not going to be as overt as we think it is.
Well, I mean, just look at that last sentence that that whole rant she just gave. If it's that overt in the trailer, I can't imagine them shying away from it in the actual show. So yeah, apparently magical creatures are the oppressed, folks. That's where we're going.
I don't know. I still have a lot of hope for this thing. It could just because it looks really good, like well made.
I mean it does, and I could be entirely wrong, but it seems like we're going the magical creatures are oppressed minority route.
Which is weird because they all look white.
Well,
Ironic,
yeah,
actually. It's ironic.
well, it's not quite ironic. This is a standard thing for critical theory. When you want to do an analogy for something, you make it a not literal analogy. So you'll have like in Bright, how orcs were very much analogous to black people.
Yeah, like I said, I still hate that movie just on the fact that I don't think it did world building great.
I liked it. It wasn't the most entertaining movie in the world, but I could actually see it becoming a well-rounded universe if they give it more time to.
See, here's the thing though: if a major war of magic happened like 2,000 years ago, I feel like the world would be incredibly different.
See, I don't know about that. The only thing that I've actually seen the behind the scenes sort of the extra material for Bright, and the only thing that appears different is A, magic is more overt, obviously, and B, there was a king. There was a king in Mesopotamia who was based on a real king called Sargon, who basically set down the laws of how magic would be used.
No, okay, I don't know. I just feel like if magic in this universe is essentially treated like nuclear weapons, right?
Yeah.
Then what would be a point of nuclear weapons? You know, it's just
because magic is still extremely rare in this universe. It's just more overt when they do find it.
I don't know. Again, it's just I feel like the course of the world for Bright would still be different compared to our regular world.
Well, no, because okay, you can still have all the major events in history happen. You just need to add stuff to them. See, that's the thing. I don't mind Bright because it was very obvious to me that they were adding to historical events, not necessarily changing.
But I feel like there'd still be some differences, though. You know? Again, this is like the world building writer in me. It's just that I go over meticulously over every little detail.
Right. Okay. But here's the thing: you can still have the racial dynamics with humans. It's just you also have the added elements of the elves and the orcs and dragons and whatever else. So you can still have, for example, white slave owners owning black people, but there's also the added aspect of maybe those black people could also own an orc slave, and maybe those white landowners are superseded by a higher up class of elven landowners, and so on and so on.
I don't know. It's just, I feel like, again, like we're talking about all these magical creatures and stuff. I feel like there'd be different hierarchies, social dynamics, and all of that, and it's not really touched upon.
Not necessarily if you do it right. My biggest problem was they didn't focus enough on the actual world building, leaving these questions open. If they just came out and explained, this is why this is still the same, it wouldn't be a huge deal. And in fact, in some of the supplemental material, they did that, but they didn't put that in the movie. They put that elsewhere. I'll send you some of the supplemental material for it sometime and see if that helps your world building itch there.
I still think it's a bad movie, just on the fact that there are plenty of plot holes. There's bad character motivations.
Oh yeah, it's still cheesy as fuck, and of all the interesting things you could have done with this world that you created, a buddy cop movie, really.
Actually, I was fine with that. I just don't think they handled it well.
Well, I also hate the magic as an analogy for WMD's thing, like treating this magic wand like it's a nuke or something. It's just like, what?
Well, you're talking about magic, and I realized that magic has its limits and has its prices and all that. But compared to an average folk, magic is pretty fucking powerful.
Well, yeah, but is it equivalent to? Is one wand equivalent to a weapon of mass destruction?
Depends on the wand. It depends on the wand.
Like, okay, this is the thing. My big issue with Bright is a question of scale, because magic is more overt in this universe, so it's more powerful and everything's fine. My issue is, even if wands are rare in this universe, it's still not going to have what in D&D terms is a large scope of effect. So even if you use the wand to cast some great spell, it's still not going to be enough to level an entire city. Whereas a nuclear weapon very much is still a weapon capable of leveling entire cities and so on and so forth. Unless they're saying that a wand is that powerful, in which case every little ounce of magic is still that powerful. And that's just, again, it makes all these questions of logical questions of scale. Because what we see the wand able to do in the movie is nowhere near dangerous enough to analogize it towards a weapon of mass destruction. It's still very powerful, and most normal people, I can imagine, would be very scared of it and so on and so forth. But it's not, we need an entire task force to deal with this thing level of dangerous.
I don't know. I still feel like, because I actually did write an idea down that was similar to Bright. It was a cop story, but in fantasy elements with it.
Mm-hmm.
And personally, I think my world building was a lot better on the fact that the cops were called knights, because it made more sense that knights would be considered the cops of modern day fantasy world.
That's debatable. I mean, we still have knights in like the English crown is still like knighting people and things, and we haven't replaced them with cops or anything, or we haven't replaced cops with the role of a constable is different from the role of a knight, I guess is what I'm getting at. But anyway, this trailer is long, and we still haven't gotten like 30 seconds into it. So
actually, we've gone in about minute 21.
Okay, but either way, we still have like 2/3 of the trailer to play. So
strip us of our rights, lock us up if they like, but our land is. gone. Carnival Row is our home now, where darkness lurks, and I am the light.
Poor oppressed women, folks. Poor oppressed women.
I don't know. I mean, the male character says it too.
Right, but they had her say knock us out if they like, which is a very clear allusion to domestic violence. And the whole they are darkness, I am a light thing. I don't know, maybe I'm reading too much into it, but that sounded a lot like toxic masculinity versus femininity thing. Like the women are the ones that are going to show us all the way, and
well, you have okay. So the male main character is Orlando Bloom. So I don't think.
Yeah, and need I remind you that he's supposed to be human, so he doesn't have all of this allegory for oppression subtext.
Should I just move on?
Yeah.
Move on.
My name is Philo, and I was born an orphan of the Burg. Back then, the city's heart beat like any other.
Okay, so to be honest, this was the first one I saw, and I don't know why they really put it the other way around.
It's just the way whatever trailer channel we're talking.
TV promos.
Yeah, it's just the way they edit. See, this is why I prefer to go to the original sources, because there's less of this sort of thing.
But I gotta be honest, I think this teaser is a lot better.
Probably.
Well, on the fact
It'd be hard to top the oppression thing they had going in the last one. So this is better by default, as long as they don't go too heavy with it.
well, it's just giving the background on the character and just kind of feel of the world.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, button.
Fauns, fairies, all manner of creatures lived alongside us humans. In relative peace. Until war changed everything. I seized the chance to defend my home. An opportunity.
I don't know why this thing is getting so glitchy. But, it all seems cool on the fact that, again, it's giving more background on this character, which I wish I remembered. It's Orlando Bloom's character. I gotta be honest, he does seem a lot more interesting than Cara Delevingne's character.
Yeah.
But keep in mind that they are supposed to have a romantic relationship.
Yeah, but to be fair, it's just the writing salt. There's only so much interesting you can put in a show when you're too busy jamming oppression into every goddamn nook and cranny.
Fantasy creatures, it's a thing. It's just I don't know. I'm not really at this point. I just don't care.
Yeah.
If it looks good and if it has good actors and maybe semi-decent writing, I'm all for it. Damn the social justice.
And like I said, not every show that has social justice in it has to be bad. The Magicians does social justice stuff all the time. But I don't have a whole lot of faith in it, because if they're being this blatant in the trailers, then this show is probably going to be even worse.
Well, that's just one trailer. The second trailer isn't bad.
True.
opportunity to repay the city that raised me. And that's when I met her. She was my world. Until they came for us. I barely escaped. And I wasn't alone. With nowhere to go, the world's racist fled to the bird. The city belongs to us!
Okay, for the record, I will argue the empire thing is that not colonialism, but just expanding empires. It happens. It's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Mongols did it. The Romans did it. The I want to say Vikings did it, though I don't think they technically.
Although with the Vikings, it was more just go wherever we should go and pillage and take what we want, and then leave the rest alone, basically.
Right.
They didn't really have like conqueror's ambitions. They were just like, give me that.
But yeah, a lot of great empires, I say great, have done the whole sieging new land from those who lived there.
Mm-hmm.
So I know it's a whole man thing, but it could just be like it's a kingdom that's doing it and stuff. And it happens.
Yeah, but I get the feeling humans are going to be analogous to the privileged, and the magical creatures are going to be analogous to the oppressed.
I don't think it's really the privilege. It's more of the. If I were to go along with your line of thinking, Dalton, I would maybe the goddamn, my mind is fucking jumbled right now. Racist or something like supremacists or whatever.
I'm willing to bet they'll make privilege analogies at some point. But anyway, moving on.
Right.
My city was changing. A darkness was growing. Where once a peaceful city stood, racial animosity took hold and subjected the creatures to animalistic cruelty. They will never accept us.
Okay, so I'm thinking there's going to be some social justice warriorism. Well, at least social justice. Maybe not social justice warriorism.
No, they're not. They're not gonna introduce a random millennial character to be the liberator of the oppressed. It's just going to be morality. Allow me to hit you over the head with morality.
Okay, again.
40 minutes
keep in mind this,
episode.
dude. Keep in mind that this is a period piece as well, as long as with fantasy too.
Right, but again, they pick the Victorian era because the Victorian era is their ideal, or one of their ideal eras of the patriarchy.
Or it could just be that it was a cool era to put it in.
Right, but you've seen the writing so far. I venture to say the writing is on the wall.
At this point, dude, I just stopped caring. I really do. I'm more on autopilot when it comes to all this social justice shit.
Mm-hmm.
Just tired.
Yep. Completely desensitized with all the moral pampering, and that's the exact opposite of what they want. But if you're going to turn literally everything into a moral lecture, this is what you're going to end up with.
But yeah, I'm just gonna call it with this one. I think we got all we needed out of it. I'm kind of optimistic about it, but
I I have my reservation. It's still a good looking show, so I probably will watch it. But
It's, again, you have to make an Amazon account. This trailer I wanted to cover. So we're moving on to the Watchmen HBO series trailer.
speaking of terrible analogies and allegories,
Yeah.
let us be low key lectured about white supremacy for reasons and fascism.
No, okay, but my main thing, I will get into it later, but my main thing is that I hate how it doesn't really feel like anything Watchmen, to be honest.
Yeah, no.
It feels...
and also, this is a sequel series, not an adaptation, which annoys the fuck out of me.
My biggest problem with it is that it seems like it's that kind of... It feels like that a thing where SJWs do is where like they hook on their own story they've written to an IP and just change it around a little bit, but still it's their own. I say original, but with air quotes, obviously. But.
Yeah. But anyway, let's get watching it.
I'm giving you that look again, Dalton.
I know.
Okay.
This is a stick up!
Who am I? Finding the answer to that, I wouldn't be wearing a mask.
There are people who believe that this world is fair and good. It's all lollipops and...
Okay. Not great. Not a great start.
No. It looks very cheap.
Yeah, and again, it feels like it has that kind of, I guess, postmodernist kind of poke fun at everything.
Yeah, deconstruct and ground everything.
Not necessarily ground it, just more of it's like the thing with Hooded Justice, I believe, in the comics is that he was kind of more of a traditional hero in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
Again,
Yeah.
I haven't read the comics myself. I've seen stuff of it. I just haven't seen it. But and again, that I'm gonna say that is kind of a maybe a recreation for a documentary, I believe, that is being made in this show.
Mm-hmm.
Of like it's a documentary within the show of like the superheroes of old.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like present day or it's like maybe after, like a little after, maybe like the 90s or something. Because Watchmen took place in, I believe, the 70s, right?
80s.
So 90s, maybe early 2000s.
Yeah. But I do think it's supposed to be present day. It's just they don't have phones because phones were never invented in this universe. By phones, I mean cell phones, obviously.
Well, no, I get that. I just... How wouldn't they be developed?
Because in the universe of the Watchmen, after Ozymandias manufactured the mutant giant squid thing, the governments of the world pooled their resources to fight what they assumed was an extraterrestrial threat, and therefore inventors were sort of forced into working for the government instead of working for the comfort of people or the private sector.
Oh. Okay, I guess that kind of makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Why blimps, though? I never really got that. What was the point of blimps in the first place?
What do you mean blimps?
There was a blimp in the earlier shots.
To be fair, one of the only reasons we don't use blimps more often is because the Hindenburg happened.
That I get. But what was the purpose of, blimps or zeppelins, I guess?
It was generally because of the size of blimps, you could get more luxury in them than you could in a plane. It's basically like taking a rail car and putting it in the sky instead of having it be on a plane.
Okay. So I'm not really sure how that would work.
Also, blimps are generally a lot cheaper to keep do the upkeep of.
Okay. Yeah, it seems kind of. You're not wrong. It seems kind of cheap, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's all lollipops and rainbows. We don't do lollipops and rainbows. We know those are pretty colors that just hide what the world really is. Black and white.
Soon thou shalt save us. We will whisper.
I know the whole cult thing, obviously, like, we read that article last week on how the creator wanted the cult to be about white supremacy. But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, is that, because I'm sure in the comic, too, Rorschach released his journal, right?
Yeah.
So, there would be a cult that would form around that.
Yeah.
Truth seekers, at most.
But Rorschach was Alan Moore's parody of an objectivist, so there's nothing white supremacist or fascist about it.
Right.
Which reminds me, did you ever watch the Ayn Rand interview I sent you?
I have not. No. I feel bad that I haven't. Huh. Looking at the like-dislike ratio of this one. 66k likes to 7.7k dislikes.
I'd be interested to see what it was on the original.
This is the original.
Oh.
I just disliked it.
You just think this would be higher, considering it appears they've completely botched everything about the Watchmen so far?
Well, to be honest, I don't think a lot of original fans are going to watch this.
Yeah.
And so and I'm thinking a lot of the likes are either just like shills and stuff.
Yep.
Or people who don't get
people who are entirely unfamiliar with the material.
Which, I mean, obviously you should judge this show for its own merits as well.
But the problem, of course, is that it doesn't appear to have many of those.
Yeah. I originally, when I saw the teaser for this show, where it like had the Rorschach character, like with his mask and stuff, I looked at it and I said, "What the fuck is with his mask?"
Mm-hmm.
It was stupid looking. Like he had to cut out holes and stuff, which I realize is probably a more practical thing. But again, like if we're doing comics,
it's kind of the point. We're supposed to view them as crazy or stupid or something.
That would explain why the weird boogie eyes come out of that aspect.
Yeah. We're supposed to basically view them like copycats of the original.
Yeah. We've been going for a little over an hour and a half. We're nearly done.
Yes. And in the spirit of getting done, the thing.
We convinced ourselves that they were gone. But
They were just hibernating. They came for everybody. Home, please.
Lighting is bad. That's a director thing for me. Is I feel like some of the lighting is bad.
Yeah, everything here looks cheap.
But then, the weird thing is things can look cheap but still be good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, granted, this isn't probably gonna be good. But,
No.
But it's an HBO show plus a Watchmen not adaptation but sequel series.
Sequel show, yeah. But it appears what they're banking on is that everyone will watch this because Watchmen, and they won't have to put any effort in. And or because the guy who wrote this is apparently a massive SJW, Merit is just a harmful source of construct. So let's make a show without it. And then if people criticize us, we'll just accuse them of being closed-minded and to attack to their standards of merit.
Oh, fuck off.
Yeah.
Merit exists for a fucking reason. If you can't handle that, bitch, get out of the fucking kitchen.
Get out of art.
I said get out of the kitchen.
If you find the very existence of standards to be insulting, then art is not the genre for you, my friend.
Yeah, don't even try cooking. That resolves with merit too. Pretty much everything relies on merit.
Well, I mean, we live in a universe where, to the best of anyone's knowledge, evolution is a thing. So even nature, to an extent, has to abide by some level of meritocracy, or evolution wouldn't function.
Right. But I feel like, honestly, I don't even know who the main character is.
I don't think there is a main character. I think this is going to be one of those ensemble shows where there's like 5 different main characters. It's going to be more like
but with 9, it's 9 episodes, right?
Yeah.
I don't really feel like there's going to be enough time to develop any of the characters, much less that they actually are going to develop any characters.
Nope, there probably isn't going to be enough, and that's the part that makes me sad. Again.
Right.
Because I'm a world-building freak, and you're a character freak, and neither of us appears to be getting what we want.
Okay. Also, it seems like maybe one of the major characters is this, I believe, female cop. And I believe earlier in here, you can't fucking see it, that she kicks the ass of some of the cultists that goes after the cops.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't even see it. Like, it's so fucking dark.
Yep. Because grim and gritty and deconstructive are
But as soon as we get to the part about the cops wearing masks thing, I'm gonna go on a little spiel.
Yep.
Coordinated simultaneous attacks at the homes of Tulsa PD. So the cops hide their faces, and now the bad guys don't know where they live. And who doesn't want a secret identity?
Okay. So, in a way, they did the best they could to describe why the cops are wearing masks now.
Mm-hmm.
Which I guess is fine. When I saw the promo image of that, like the cop, like the old-fashioned cop uniform with like the yellow mask over it, I legitimately thought that was a redesign of Hooded Justice.
Hmm.
And I thought it looked cool, to be honest.
Yeah.
But my whole thing is like the masks, like officers and detectives and stuff wearing like superhero costumes and things. It's an interesting concept.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's going to be fully utilized nor explored at all.
Nope.
And the fact that the people behind that kind of idea don't think it has a merit of its own, that it could stand on its own 2 feet, that they had to attach Watchmen to the story.
Yeah, and completely bastardized Watchmen in the process.
Yeah, but here's my thing about it. Like, it could work, the whole vigilante cop thing.
Yeah.
I think it has been done before in medias.
Yeah, and again, I might have mentioned this the last time we touched on this. According to a documentary I saw on actual costume vigilantes, a lot of cops in this day and age, or at least a significant proportion of them, do go out and dress up and be vigilantes in their off hours. So it's not like
I believe in
it's not like this is without parallel or without context. It's just
it's not explored at all.
It's not utilized at all. Oh.
Ugh, God, this thing is boring us so much we're ready to fall asleep.
Yeah, I probably should go and turn on my light.
Yeah. But, yeah, I don't know. It feels like they're not going the extra mile for it.
They're not even going the original mile for it. They're stopping halfway through and putting up lounge chairs. They can sun themselves.
No. They took the one step and then crashed on the lounge chairs. And we're talking about like the comfiest lounge chairs you could ever imagine laying on. Like it feels better than a cloud.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Would explain why they haven't moved from them since.
Yeah. But I think I got into this like when we covered the article last week. Is that I had this idea for a superhero I was working on, where it was a cop who was like a buy books cop. Like, you know, and I think, yeah, he was nicknamed Super Cop just on the fact that he was the cop who always got things done. But still doing the rules and proper codes and stuff, procedure and all that. Also, because he busted like 16 crooked cops in like 2 years. Super cop, you know, so he was very much the kind of character of the aspirational hero archetype, I guess. And my idea is that he would take on this mantle of a vigilante hero that was known for kind of being very much outside the law. Like, I'm talking extremely outside the law. And, huh?
I said so Punisher, basically.
The mantle originally started like that, then evolved into a more better version. And, you know, so my idea is, you know, again, with the whole character thing, I was going to, the idea would be like tackling how do you handle being a man of the law while you're also breaking the law in your off time.
Uh-huh.
You know, it's a moral question. Do you do right even though you're doing wrong? Is it still right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't really think people have touched on that, like with that type of archetype of character.
Yeah, moral questions in this day and age are forbidden because that implies there's actual questions. Yeah.
There are.
Yeah.
Just there's question of existence, question of philosophy, question of beliefs and ideals.
Yep. But don't ever say that to an SJW, their heads will explode and then they'll get you arrested.
You know what I say to them? Go fuck yourselves.
Yeah. Fuck you with your let's send a man to prison because he taught his dog to do the Nazi salute to annoying his girlfriend.
Like, I give two shits about their opinions.
Yeah, huh? If you can't make an argument for your opinion, then I have absolutely no reason to respect it.
Okay, so moving forward.
People who wear masks are dangerous. You should be scared of them.
Why?
Because they're hiding something.
Story play. Yeah. You know how you can tell the difference between a masked cop and a vigilante? No. Me neither.
You see, that's a good line there. That's interesting. That's a story there.
Mm-hmm.
But they're not gonna capitalize on it.
Probably not. Then again, I really hope we're wrong. I really hope they capitalize on every interesting element of this they possibly could.
That's the only interesting element of it, and we only got to it within 1:40 of a 3-minute and 12-second trailer.
Yeah. But do I expect them to actually manage to capitalize on it and look past their ideology for 5 seconds and stop moralizing? Yeah, no. No. Never gonna happen. Such things are for infants and children, apparently.
Now that's comedy there, folks.
Yeah, it's sad when the Joker is the most sensible motherfucker in the room. But
I think we also applied that to Mel Gibson once.
Yeah, when Mel Gibson and the Joker are starting to make sense, you really need to think about your life and the way society is going.
Right.
Really fast. An insidious conspiracy. I played. If I told you about it, my head would explode.
Who are you?
Maybe,
Nothing really in those 20 seconds, to be honest. It's just images.
I really hate the stupid fast cut montage thing that doesn't actually provide any context.
See, that's a weird thing. I'm sure you remember my Batwoman trailer, correct?
Yeah.
I basically did that.
Well, to be fair, you were working with something that appeared to have less substance the more time you gave things.
Yeah. Huh. But okay.
But it's still an annoying trope, and it's really only there to be as like time filler.
Well, okay. How I do trailers is one thing. I usually try and cut them down to at least a minute.
Mm-hmm.
And if anyone wants me to, maybe I can try and make this trailer better. I'll try, but I don't.
I wouldn't waste time on this. I think this one is as close to unsalvageable as it needs to be for you not to be able to get to it.
All right. But yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, and also I usually try to do within like the first like 10, maybe 20 seconds of a trailer I do to have pretty much all the necessary plot, and then the rest is more like of the action of the property and stuff, with just music guiding it.
Mm-hmm.
I did one for Hellboy, and to be honest, like right after the original trailer was made, like released, that god awful one.
Yeah.
I redid the complete thing. I recolored it. I re-edited it. I gave it better music. And it was a lot better. And did you just smack your head?
Yes, I did, because the Hellboy movie existed. The new Lionsgate Hellboy movie existed.
Yeah.
And that in and of itself is a hateful moment.
Right. Also, there is a man on our screen who says he is Dr. Manhattan.
Who looks exactly nothing like Dr. Manhattan, but to be clear, he might just be a crazy motherfucker.
Right. Oh no!
Given how many Alan Moore characters tend to be crazy, and how Alan Moore stories tend to treat the crazy, yeah. I'm gonna go with this guy is just a crazy homeless dude.
Well, he says maybe I'm Dr. Manhattan. So I'm mistaken myself.
Oh, so he was actually joking, man. But
Yeah.
humor, it still exists, maybe, kind of, sort of, not really, whatever.
Yeah, but okay, so earlier in the trailer there's like something about a vast conspiracy that if it was told to someone, their head would explode.
Hmm.
So that's obviously relating to Ozymandias' kind of plan that he did.
And also to the time that, well, actually, no, not to the time, because it wasn't just one time, but to Dr. Manhattan's habit of making people explode and things.
Oh, I completely forgot about that.
Hmm?
I forgot about that completely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Jeremy Irons, who played Alfred, and who's actually a very phenomenal actor,
Yeah.
will be playing Ozymandias in this.
That's good casting.
Yeah. Though I feel like he's going to be completely underused.
Probably, but then again, he was also really, really underused as Alfred, and that still worked. So
That's where I kind of killed him off in the first Batman movie I wrote.
Mm.
Well, not just that, but also for thematic and character reasons.
Yeah.
If you want to go see what I'm talking about, go check out my other channel. There's a video within that list. Go check it out. Gotham Bat, title of it.
I'm Dr. Manhattan.
He lives on fucking Mars.
Curse too much.
Oh shit!
it's a shame they wasted David Bowie in this.
Yeah. I gotta be honest, the only things I've heard of him are Man Who Sold the World and Space Oddity.
You've not heard Starman,
Oh no, wait, I've heard Heroes too.
but not Starman, which I say because Starman is probably my favorite Bowie song.
Yeah. Well, I think I've listened to a lot more covers of his song than anything.
Ah. There's a song.
Right.
Didn't like the
But I do feel I feel really bad that I haven't listened to a lot more of his music because I have enjoyed those I've heard.
Mm-hmm.
So I should probably later in my life or just like after this, I should start listening to more.
You should also really watch the first movie that David Bowie was ever in. It's called The Man Who Fell to Earth. It's a 70s movie about a Martian who comes to Earth hidden as a human, looking for water to send home to save his people. And he essentially gets addicted to human comforts and human vices and completely forgets to do that. And his people die and he becomes the last Martian.
I think I know what movie you're talking about. I just haven't seen it in years. So it's not fresh in my mind, but if
It's a 70s movie and it was directed by Nicholas Rhodes.
I don't know who that is.
I don't think he did it.
But yeah, again, there's really not much to say here. It's just I feel like it's getting a little more political towards the end.
Which, given how political it was to kind of start off with, is saying something.
Honestly, I could argue like the first half of this trailer wasn't as political as you think.
Well, probably not by itself, but given the comments of
Yeah, context of from the creators and stuff.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucked.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
say the thing.
That's it. That was. I just forgot.
Again, it's doing that whole quick cutting thing.
Yeah, there's nothing really to talk about in that section.
But-
Everything.
Well, I mean, like, there's the thing with Jeremy Irons, Ozymandias.
Yeah. Again, very good casting.
Yeah. I think he says,
I am curious if this is going to be the version of, if this is going to be the universe where Ozymandias creates the mutant telepathic squid thing, or if this is the universe where he creates all those reactors that replicate Dr. Manhattan's energy signature.
I believe this is from, they're adapting the comics. I think they said they didn't want to adapt, not adapting, but sequeling the comics and not sequeling the Snyder movie.
Yeah.
But I do
So-
like, I do, again, like, Jeremy Irons has such a gravitas to him, and like the lines, nothing ever ends. It's
Yeah.
just, what's it say? It's only just begun. Which is interesting and stuff. So
Yeah, huh?
I feel like all his scenes are going to be the only best scenes.
Uh-huh. Although, if they bring in Dr. Manhattan, which they are going to, because I've seen this trailer before, and they do Easter egg him at the end.
Okay. I don't get it. Like, there's just some guy walking down a.
It's Dr. Manhattan. You can see his hand is blue.
Huh.
And Dr. Manhattan is famous for whenever he does actually wear clothes, he wears suits.
So Dr. Manhattan's returning to Earth.
Yes.
Okay. All of this trailer has failed to excite nor intrigue me.
It does annoy me that he's not glowing, because for all of the faults of the Snyder version, they got him right in the Snyder version. And also, while I'm whining about things pertaining to the Snyder version, I really hope they get the same voice actor back, because the voice actor they got for him in the Watchmen movie was excellent.
Actually, it was a full actor. They just CGI over him when he had like a light suit on.
Mhm.
It's really cool. I will say I like one scene in particular in the Snyder Watchmen movie. It is the scene where Rorschach decides to kill, like his first kill.
My favorite thing from the Watchmen movie was the times they are changing montage.
So the opening.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I think that song fits what Snyder was going for really well. Although the part of that song that always that talks about critics really makes me want to punch Zack Snyder in the face, because I feel like that was a gotcha against his critics who would criticize the movie.
right.
Writers and critics who prophesize in your film. Come keep your eyes wide to transport come again.
I gotta be honest. The only song I've heard of Bob Dylan is "Master of War."
Oh, so you've not seen the times are changing.
Oh no, I actually that one too. Yeah, because of Watchmen. But
yeah,
it's just those two songs. But I want to give context on why I like Rorschach's first kill scene, and there's a video essay I could refer to, which is from Brown Table.
Mm.
In the comic, it doesn't really show the turmoil and inner struggle for Rorschach to commit his first killing.
Right.
But in the movie, it's really well done, both physically by the actor and the directing of the camera and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I say, all the time, Zack Snyder can't actually direct for shit, but he can direct a camera.
Yeah. He should just become a cinematographer, honestly.
I mean, granted, the cinematographer he works with gets the shots more.
Right, but still, he should become like a screenwriter or something. Something that is specifically devoted to like aesthetics. Anyway, are we good on the question of who watches The Watchmen?
Yeah.
Namely not me, because fuck that show. Well, I probably won't watch it just to itemize how awful it is, but
I say watch the pilot, and if it doesn't intrigue you in the pilot, just fuck off with it.
Mhm.
You know, just I don't mean fuck off as in like a hostile word. I mean just more fuck off. This ain't me. I'm gonna fuck off.
Yep. Anyway,
Right. Okay. So we are moving on to His Dark Materials season 1 to HBO.
mhm.
I believe there was okay. So this is a book series. That's what I know.
Yeah.
It was made into a movie called The Golden Compass, which I believe is one of the books.
The first one, yeah.
Yeah. And it didn't do well.
Which is a shame because it's actually not bad.
Okay. This series, for one thing, has 2 X-Men in it. Professor X and X-23.
Yes.
Not by Professor X, I mean
James McAvoy.
James McAvoy and X-23. Daphne, I believe Daphne
Keane, I believe.
Yeah, I think it's King too. I wasn't sure. Yeah, Daphne King, Ruth Wilson, and Lin-Manuel Miranda. And if you don't know who Lin-Manuel Miranda is, he is the guy who wrote Hamilton.
Yes, and also was Lamplighter Jack in Mary Poppins too.
Also, he helped write the songs for Moana, and was also the guy who sung Shiny. Yeah. So I have higher hopes for this one, even though I'm not really part of HBO anymore, just because those fuckers bleed out the money of my family.
Mm-hmm.
But Don, I'm assuming you know a good deal about His Dark Materials.
I know some stuff. A friend of mine actually got me into it again a little bit ago.
Okay. I wanted to ask what is the what's the whole premise, I guess.
Okay, it's an alternate sort of universe where there's this college of scholar monks called the Magisterium who are preside over everything and are very particular about who gets to use magic and when and for what reason. The key feature of this alternate universe is every person has what's called a demon with an A-I instead of an E, which comes from the ancient Greek conception of the word demon. It's basically like a guardian spirit, or in the Native American sense, sort of like an animal spirit.
I thought it was. For some reason, I thought they were called familiars.
Well, that's a sidebar for another day. But yeah. So everyone in this universe has a guardian spirit who is linked with them directly, And if you hurt the spirit, it will hurt the person, and if you hurt the person, it will hurt the spirit, and so on and so forth. And there is a plot, at least within the context of the first book, to see if they can figure out a way to separate the person from the demon. The problem being, it's basically tantamount to getting your soul amputated. And so when children start going missing because people were kidnapping them so that they could harvest their demons, it becomes quite a big deal. And there's this little girl named Lyra who, through a series of shenanigans, gets a hold of a very powerful magical device called an Enethiometer, which is more commonly known as the Golden Compass, and it can show the future and show like the truth of things and do all sorts of other interesting magical things which are never fully explored. It's sort of like a Walking Dead with Machina. And of course, everyone wants the Enethiometer, and they want her. And the fun thing with the Historic Heroes universe is your demon has to settle because it's meant to be a perfect reflection of you in animal form, and because kids can be somewhat unstable because their personality is still forming. A child demon can change form from one animal to another, depending on how long it takes them to settle.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. It does have me. I like this show a lot more just on the fact that of the star power.
Mm-hmm.
But
also, other things that are worth noting: there are witches in this universe, and the main sort of qualifier for a witch is that they have learned how to extend the range of their demon out more, because demons are very much linked very closely with their humans, and therefore most people can't travel very far from their demon, or they basically start getting sick. Both of them do. But a witch has figured out how to extend her demon out and have it do things for her, hence magic.
how do you feel about that, as an occultist?
It's very okay. I have mixed feelings about this because the author Phil Pullman is a very staunch atheist, and so he doesn't always respect the mystical qualities of his own writing. But his notion of the demon is very close to the ancient Greek conception, so he gets accuracy points whether he likes it or not.
Okay. I guess we should start watching this.
Yep.
Gentlemen, there is a war raging right now with the Magisterium, between those trying to keep us in ignorance and those willing to fight for truth and freedom. Who will stand with me?
This kind of heresy is of the highest priority to the Magisterium. I need to know where he's going and what he intends to.
I gotta admit, I'm already hooked. More on the fact that
I can't say I'm surprised.
Well, okay, the whole thing is that it has that kind of in movie terms, it has the hook,
Mm-hmm.
where it introduces something that just gets you invested right away.
Mm-hmm.
Not like the action part of a blockbuster, but like just something that I want to say
it grabbed you. I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Further background that's kind of necessary to watch this trailer. The Magisterium is very paranoid because people are starting to discover parallel universes, and the Magisterium kind of hates science. They would prefer everything be done magically, if at all. So they sort of suppress the sort of scientific impulse of the populace, because if they don't, they're going to discover parallel universes, and for various reasons that are still sort of being gone into in, because I don't think the author stopped writing these books. But for a series of reasons that's a little bit elaborate, the discovery of parallel universes would extremely damage the power of the Magisterium, because the matter and energy from parallel universes is beginning to leak into their universe, and it's really screwing with their laws of physics.
Okay. It seems like a very high concept.
It is. It's. I would say it's on relative par with like Doom. Would be where I would put it in terms of complexity.
Okay. So I'm going to click play again.
Yeah.
To achieve.
Rogue was packing up to leave. You're not leaving!
I can't stay! The North is no place for a child.
Myra, the Master's asked if I can find a place for you. And I want you as my assistant.
You're an explorer too, just like my uncle.
Okay. Again, like it's really doing a good job of like building up something. It's, I want to say tension, but I don't really feel the tension at the moment.
Atmosphere.
Yeah, the atmosphere of it, and it's introducing like all the main cast and characters and stuff. So I like that. I gotta be honest, it does move a little too quick for my liking. Like on the fact that it's hard for me, like the words to really stick with what's going on. Anything to add on, or you just want to move on?
I'm curious if the seasons are going to follow the books, or if they're going to break up the books into multiple seasons.
Well, I think it depends on how big the books are.
The books are pretty hefty things, so they could kind of go either way.
Okay.
And like you say, it is a very high concept mythos, so it might benefit them to limit one season per book.
Right. Okay. So
I can teach you to wield power, but you must let me mold you.
We believe there is an organization that is stealing children, taking them north.
Sometimes children can just...
for one thing, I noticed Jorah Mormont. Not Jorah. Fuck. What was his name? He was Jon Snow's mentor. He was the leader of the Night's Watch before Jon Snow. Can't remember his name.
I don't remember it either, but I believe in the show he's playing the leader of the Magisterium. Or is he playing the president? Well, I read the Indiana in the first one.
Well, it seems like he's trying to uncover the plot of children being taken, so I don't think he's...
Yeah. For the record, that blonde woman, the one that's really creepy and trying to sort of go wide right into doing what the Magisterium wants her to do, she's the one behind it, or she's one of the ones behind it anyway.
She's not blonde. She's brunette.
Oh, did they change her hair color? She was blonde in this one too.
I think it's just because of the actual hair being blonde, being brunette.
All right, fine, I guess. But yeah,
the
woman known as Miss Hannigan is the one who is at least assisting the child taking plot.
Okay, so I'm gonna argue this thing. The little differences like hair color, unless it's like really, def- it really defines the character.
No, it's not integral to the character or anything. I just remember when I watched this, she looked blonde to me, but maybe I just
It
don't
could be the
remember.
light, it could be the lighting.
Yeah.
But no, I just wanted to argue the fact that someone could get turned off that maybe in the book she was blonde too and stuff.
Mhm.
Because we argue a lot on like changing characters like skin and gender and stuff.
Yeah.
Those are obvious reasons. Well,
Yeah.
the skin thing could be argued depending on
Yeah,
how.
there are characters whose hair color is kind of important. Like, for example, it's a small thing, but John Constantine should be blonde.
Yeah, I was going to think of a more prevalent one, which is more well known. Sorry, Dalton, if that kind of hurts you, but
It's fine.
Daenerys.
Yeah.
Because the Targaryens are well known for like the platinum blondish hair thing.
Mhm.
So that would make sense to keep that, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, they didn't have her purple lilac eyes, I believe, from the books.
No, but there's only so much you can do with creative contact work.
Oh yeah, they couldn't do it because I think it hurt Emilia Clarke's eyes,
Mm-hmm.
which I completely understand.
Yeah. Anyway, let's play the.
Right.
I promised to do everything I could to protect you from harm. This is an alethiometer. It is illegal unless approved by the magisterium.
What does it do?
It tells you the truth. She has to make a journey.
Again, it's really good at like atmosphere and like I'm invested in like the characters and stuff and like.
Mm-hmm.
Plus Daphne King, from Laura, I think she's better. I haven't seen her like vocally act as much, which I think you'll obviously do it here because I think she's doing like a British accent or something.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I believe she has a British parent but also a Spanish parent.
Yeah.
But she's good at physical acting.
Yep.
If you remember Laura from Logan.
Yep.
God, that movie's awesome.
Yeah.
And again, what we're seeing here, I'm seeing a image of a person, not a person, of a lake city with a boat going in, and it looks really good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of curious if it's either CGI or practical.
That is a good question. The fact that we can't really tell the difference is a good sign.
Yeah. Do you have anything to add to anything that has been in like the first 20 seconds? Or?
Nope, we're good. Click the thing.
Okay.
One which I'm afraid includes a great betrayal.
It's trying to warn me of something.
So this is where it really gets more action packed. Again, I got nothing to say about it. I mean, it's interesting and it does show like the demon and person dynamic and stuff.
Yep. Lyra's is named Pip, by the way. Her demon.
Pip or Pit?
Pip.
Pip, cheerio. I'm sorry, it just like that just popped in my head.
Now you know how I feel when I have a pun.
I don't really think it's a pun. It's just more of like the old classic British thing. Because
Right, I know, but it was a very bad joke. Just keep that in mind next time I virtually explode because of a bad pun.
I did trying to warn you about everything.
These fours me. I can fight. I can fly.
What question should we be asking you that we are not?
Magisterium have muscle. I would ask where I could obtain the services of an armored bear.
again, more introduction of characters, which is good.
Yeah.
Lin-Manuel Miranda. That's a last name. I'm asking, is like Miranda an actual last name? Or?
Yes.
Huh. I gotta be honest, I've only ever seen him. I'm sorry, don't.
Go ahead, sorry.
Well, I was just gonna say, I've only ever seen the guy in Hamilton. Not like I was actually at Hamilton, mind you, because I'm kind of poor.
Yeah.
But like I heard him and like he can sing and stuff. I'm just not sure about the acting thing.
He did okay in Mary Poppins Returns, so.
All right.
I'm fine with him being an actor. I haven't seen him really pull out any acting chops yet, but that doesn't mean he doesn't have them.
Okay. Eric Benson. Ready to fight.
These people need our help, Yorick. Let's go get them.
So the armored bear, that's like oh, one thing, the CGI for that creature is really good.
Mm-hmm.
Keep in mind, this is a collaboration between HBO and the BBC.
Yeah.
God, if Corrupt was here, he'd make a joke about that.
Yeah, huh?
Maybe I should try and beat Corrupt when he's not here. I don't think I could.
No, nobody can be Corrupt except Corrupt.
Yeah. But yeah, again, CGI was pretty good, so they had a pretty good budget. What else? I was gonna say. So in this world, which I'm assuming is, I'm assuming it's still Earth, but like a different version, obviously.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing these demons have fought alongside humans in wars and stuff.
They don't really cover that much in the books, but presumably yes. There are also a lot of anthropomorphic animals, who their main thing is they don't have demons, and they're kind of envious of humans for that.
Okay. But yeah, no, it's just this trailer is really good and it does really, get me excited.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Of course, I'm sure it doesn't hurt. They've already tried this once, and they know what mistakes they made and how to fix them.
Well, okay, guys. I'm just gonna call it the trailer, even though like there was still some time left. I think we were pretty much sold on it, and it was a lot better than the portion of the trailers we had seen.
Oh yeah, this is definitely the best one that we've seen so far.
Yeah.
So.
And it's the last one we've seen, so we ended on a high note.
Mm-hmm. Do you have anything to add before we pass along? Oh. if anyone is curious to get the hang of historic materials before the show comes out, the movie is actually pretty good, and obviously the books are pretty good. So
Right.
I would recommend both of those. The movie is very different from the books, but you know that's to be expected.
Right.
But it's not so different that it's unloyal to the book.
Maybe I don't know. I don't know if we'll be able to do this week's podcast for Sunday.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Um,
It'll depend on if we can find some way around YouTube's gag orders.
Probably not, but if anything, we might just have to move it to a different website or something.
Yeah.
We'll do some looking around. If at worst, we might have to postpone Podcast of the Storm episodes until we find something suitable.
Yep.
So we want to bid all of you, for anyone who actually watched this train wreck of a one shot. And just, thank you very much for watching. Have a good day, good week, good month, good year, good life.
Yes. And also, fuck YouTube shenanigans once again.
Yeah. We started that hashtag.
We did.
We're proud of it. Well, I am. Not sure about Dalton, though.
Shenanigans is a good word that should be used for more things. So any time when I can get people thinking about more obscure words, then I am pleased. But anyway, good evening, folks. Good evening, and cheers.
Adieu, farewell, avida say, goodbye.